Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic, and welcome to this very special Beyond the News edition. Tonight, we are talking about hyper novelty. With me in a couple of minutes, joining me from the green studio back there's a little hand on the screen, my special guest to have this wonderful conversation with you guys here about everything having to do with hyper novelty. Before I do that, I want to get into some of the scheduling here for YouTube in the next couple of days and also next week. A lot of great changes there coming up on the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. So, first of all, thank you for joining us, everyone. We are triple casting for the time being here on YouTube, Twitter, and Rumble. And in a couple of minutes from now, we'll be dropping the YouTube feed to go for this no holds barred conversation on Rumble. So, hello, everyone there. Let's get into some of the changes here on the schedule coming up for what just happened and also what's coming up here in the next couple of days. If you haven't seen my interview with Penny Kelly, Into the Storm here, fabulous stuff. And it's actually, in a way, kind of a prerequisite for some of the subject matter we're going to get into this evening about this hyper novelty and the condition that some humans are going to be facing here moving into 2024 and perhaps the stalling from that condition and how that's going to affect the war effort here moving into the summer and into the fall of 2024. So there's a specific segment in the Into the Storm episode here with Penny Kelly that relates to the conversation we're going to be having this evening. So please do go and check that out if you haven't already seen it. To some extent, the Trump landslide episode yesterday, also on pay-per-view, does speak about hyper novelty and how there's a rapid rate of change here already underway. And by all indications, this is going to continue to accelerate here moving into 2024. Fabulous episode there as well if you haven't seen it. From an economic perspective, oddly enough, we're seeing the same thing, this rapid rate of change and this complete disintermediation with what we understood, what we accepted to be our financial institutions, our governance systems, our financial markets, all going through this big turmoil here in 2024. And Andy Scheckman does a great job breaking that down for us from the economic and financial points of views. Again, if you haven't seen that, that was earlier today at 1 p.m. Eastern. A returning guest to the show also earlier today at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I had Jenny Moonstone back, and I brought her in here for this war correspondent report. We talked about artificial intelligence, the Singularity event. Again, also here, hyper novelty and how humans are going to be, by the nature of this war, forced to change in a big way here in a worldview and also how we adapt ourselves to that new forming world around us. Tim Pruitt in the chat says, yeah, Jenny was great. Yes. So if you haven't seen that episode, please do go check it out. Okay. So tonight, yes, hyper novelty. I'll get to that in a few minutes. But tomorrow, really, really excited about this one. Of course, if you've seen the introduction video last week with Janine and I, Coco will be launching her inaugural show tomorrow, the 19th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't want to miss that. I've been working with her behind the scene here with the concept of this show, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. So a big welcome to Coco there. And guys, please do stay tuned for that episode. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, on Sunday night, yes, Megan and I are going to try a different format. Megan and I used to do this show called Manifest Destiny here on YouTube, and we're going to change the format here, more of a, I guess, podcast style, a little bit younger, hipper, faster pace conversation here we're going to be having. This is a brand new concept, replacing the old navigation. Manifest Destiny episodes here. So this is going to be this Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern. Please join in for this one here on YouTube as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And finally, on Monday, I'm excited about this. This is a 2-year anniversary of Carla moving into the Woo with her brand new website, products, and how it completely changed her life. And so we're going to have a conversation bridging that experience from Carla and hopefully encouraging, empowering other people here on YouTube, our friends, our families, to not only get into the Woo, but to navigate this hyper novelty here and to show by experience here how that can be done. So this is going to be a fascinating show. And interestingly enough, it's called the Pyramid Code. So that's enough for there. We're going to get into all of that, of course, on Monday. This is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, for tonight, so let's get into it a little bit here. So earlier today, I was having this conversation with Cliff High, and I asked him three questions with respect to hypernovelty. This is a data set that started forming last year. And I wanted to get some clarity so that I could share with you some of that information in the context of this show here this evening. So I asked him why and how, Cliff, you came up with this particular term of hyper novelty. So he gave me a response to that. The second question is, what is the meaning of it to you? And finally, has the meaning evolved since you've coined the term? So that's going to be the basis of our conversation as we start here tonight on the Rumble Show. And then from there, we're going to look at all these different angles that are forming in our field of view and how we might best tackle some of these big changes here moving into 2024. What are the encouraging prospects, and what perhaps are also some of the already visible pitfalls to this hyper novelty situation. So stay tuned for all of that. So a big thank you again to all of you watching us now. If you're on my YouTube feed, let me bring the link of the Rumble episode down here in the live chat so you guys can move over to the Rumble field, or also on X. We do also simulcast on X, and I can pick up your comments there from the broadcast system and put them on the screen also for you guys. So you have a choice to join us on Rumble or on X. So now let me remove the YouTube feed, and a big thank you to everyone, and we'll see you here momentarily.